Hello, everybody. Holy shit, we're at WrestleMania. Holy crap. Look at this. How does this look, you chumps? For those of you who are listening to the audio of this, I've gotten a snazzy new background. Green screen. I'm at WrestleMania. Well, not necessarily. It's WrestleMania 28 when Adam, Mike Tabasco, and myself went to Miami for WrestleMania. So I had to dip into my pictures to think of like, hey, what's a good background for the show? So I thought this would be a good one to start off with. Hello, everybody. It is January the 16th, 2019, and welcome to Wrestleview Weekly. I am Doug Lackey, veteran columnist of Wrestleview.com and co-host of Wrestleview Live, alongside Adam Martin, editor-in-chief of Wrestleview.com, where we cover all of the major WWE pay-per-views immediately following. Howdy, Goose, Andrew, Jamel, CJ, everybody. Check out the background. Heck yeah, man. This is a good buy. Now, granted, it was hell trying to figure out the lighting on this thing, but figured it out. It's all good. Had to do some camera work and adjust some balancing and exposure and stuff, but it's all okay. You could probably see there's a lot of good green outline around me. Well, that's because the screen is like directly behind me. If I had much more space, this would look so much better. But unfortunately, as many of you all know, I'm doing this from the bedroom. So we got to work with the space that we're given, and we got to work with the resources that we have. So I dipped into the Wrestleview Weekly budget and tapped into this green screen. So heck yeah. And I figured to celebrate, we are tapping into a Christmas present today. We are tapping into the Johnny Walker Gold Label Reserve today. We are celebrating. Thanks, Goose. Beats the hell out of my blanket. That's for damn sure. Yeah, this feels really good. This looks really snazzy. But welcome to the show. Sip of the sources. Stuff to talk about wrestling-wise. Because we aren't really going to talk about a lot of any other stuff because this show is about wrestling. We're going to be reviewing the Red Show and Blue Show from this week. Lots of stuff happening on the Red Show for damn sure. Stuff happening on the Blue Show? Not so much. However, I know last week I said there were a lot of candidates, but this week, is it fair to say that Match of the Year candidate was on SmackDown this week? Is it fair to say? Because they allotted over a half hour for this match. It took up a humongous chunk of SmackDown. We did not get a lot of performers showing up on SmackDown because of this match. So I'm not saying that's a core reason, but it was damn well worth it. This is better than any other half-hour Dolph Ziggler match I've ever seen. So we're going to talk about that. Lots of news to talk about. Sort of, yep, lots of updates to the Royal Rumble card is what we're going to be talking about. There are additions to the milk carton. Place your bets on who's been added to the WWE milk carton. Updates to the injury list? Maybe. Adjustments to it, we'll say. But, big thing we're doing today and introducing today is we tapped into the Wrestleview Weekly budget for this. What I'm handing up next to me is the WrestleMania whiteboard. Okay. Over at WWE headquarters, as professed by many who have been alongside us at Wrestleview. Over in the, brain trust or the war room of WWE headquarters, they have this massive whiteboard where they basically already have the card of WrestleMania written out, spelled out, way in advance. And so, We're just going to have our own, but it's not really that much in advance. It's only 2 weeks prior to Royal Rumble in advance, but it's very rough sketch. And it's not even, names aren't even filled out on it. That's why you guys are here. That's why you all are in the chat room. That's why you're listening, to kind of give your feedback on everything. Also, to give a heads up, on next week's show, 2 big things. Number 1, I will be joined by Kenko. I'm just going to call him that because I don't feel like pronouncing his last name. Might remember from our Crimbus Spectacular last year, where we raised well over $1,000 to help kids over at Camp What's-Its-Face. That's how much I care about them. I don't know what camp they're from. After raising so much money, Kenko was basically one of their biggest donors. Connor Zuski. Sure, whatever his last name is. He's going to be joining me for next week's episode of Wrestleview Weekly. Going to be doing our typical stuff, going over the news, going over the Red Show and the Blue Show, the go-home episodes. But I am placing him in charge of the predictions. And just as much so, he is in charge of locking said predictions. Whereas many of you know, if I get a locked prediction wrong, I take a shot of the punishment juice, the tequila. But also want to let you guys in that, I'm just going to kind of get this out of the way. Well, no, I'm not going to get this out of the way. I'm just going to kind of do something like this. So, Christmas, I got more than just scotch. I also got many bottles of tequila. Yeah, the first one is a silver tequila from Margaritaville, which I'm sure is going to taste like fish tacos and sandals on the beach or something like that. The other one that I got is from Avion, silver tequila, Avion. That's what I got. I'm not sure if I'm tapping into these for the Royal Rumble. I'm not sure if I'm tapping into these for WrestleMania. We're just going to keep these to the side. Yeah, we're just going to do that. So, yeah, we don't have just the horrible Luna Azul. We've got others to tap into. But I thought I'd fill you guys in on that kind of good stuff and everything, because the show is all about wrestling and getting hammered. Especially myself. I always tend to get hammered on this damn show. Well, that's why. But we're drinking the good stuff. This is happy stuff. This is happy good stuff. Fuck you, Coaster. You must always extend the pinky out when you're sipping this stuff. Oh, so good. All right. Want to fill you guys in on some things. There's a lot of things that have been on my mind before we tap into the Red Show and the Blue Show reviews. The internet is a very strange place where a lot of strange opinions just snap up when something immediate happens. And, just people go apeshit bonkers. Just start booking on the fly, predicting on the fly, speculating on the fly. People are going, people are leaving, people are going, people are leaving. I have been reading all day about the Revival and how they have asked for their release. And yada, yada, yada. And how everyone is up in arms about the Revival, saying they aren't happy with where they are. They don't like what they're doing. I don't know how to break this to everyone, But, number one, just because a team, doesn't have a title or is not showcased prominently to your liking doesn't necessarily mean that they are angry with their position about as much as you are angry with their position or what their place is on booking or where they are seen as on this television show that's based on a fake sports environment. It's number one. Number two, why would they want to ask for their release when they've been on television regularly for the past month and a half, 2 months? Willie Walkerson, Willie McWalkerson, Bill in the chat room says, let's say it's a rumor, take it with a grain of salt. Rumors should not be taken with a grain of anything. Rumors aren't supposed to be posted on news sites. If that were the case, holy shit, can you imagine what would be on websites of actual prominent news sites? I could start up rumors right now if I wanted to. I mean, I've got the sources. Yeah. But all over my timeline. Not just on the Wrestleview Facebook page, not just that. I'm talking everywhere. All over my Twitter timeline, people up in arms talking about the Revival asking for their release. You know, I think I'm going to actually do this. And it's something I normally don't do, but I'm just going to prep here before I bring up the Red Show and the Blue Show and everything. Let's just pop onto Scott Dawson's Twitter page. You know, because you would think that Scott Dawson would be saying something like that. Don't get it. FTR, do you think there's a conspiracy against the Revival? That was from 2 days ago. Jesus. There's nothing there from Scott Dawson's Twitter. Tell you what, I'm also going to bring up Dash Wilders, and I'll bring this up on the page here. I'll bring this up for all of you to see here real quick. Let's see. Let's go to Dash Wilders. There we go. Let's go on to the page. So, hey, so you can see what I'm looking at. Oh, boy. All right, so let's go ahead and check this shit out together, shall we? So Scott Dawson's page. His pinned post is from December the 4th. His last post was less than a day ago, quoting his kid. Talk about all this justice for the Revival, posted 2 days ago. Got a picture here with Tom Pritchard. He's showing... Yeah. Showing that. Tag match is not a four-way. There are rules you have to follow. That's what makes a tag match intriguing. So that's Scott Dawson. Yeah, angry tweets are always worked. We know that. Pinned tweet from Dash. One day we'll wrestle the Young Bucks and everyone will rejoice. Remember this tweet. Is this why everyone's going bonkers? Pinned from the 3rd. Here from 3 days ago. Retweeted Maria's tweet of I've made a lot of mistakes and had to pay dearly for them. Basically an inspirational tweet that she gave out. And Dash said that he's okay with that. He's got videos here. He's got a gif of Matt Taven from Honor Club, Ring of Honor, saying go Chargers. I mean, what do you want to take from this? Okay. I just love how people base any kind. They'll make a rumor based off of anything they just see on TV. It is not based on fact at all. It's only on what they see on TV, what they interpret, and also what they see on the computer monitor. And they can't look deeper into it. They can't actually call up organizations and ask questions. Don't believe everything you read. That's the number one thing they always, tell you. I was always taught when I was in high school that when the internet first came out, and I don't know, internet first came out. I was in high school. I was maybe a sophomore or junior when we started using the internet as a, quote, credible source of information, but we were only allowed to use like one website or something like that. And this was back in the day of, CompuServe and AOL and web crawler. And before there was eBay, there was something called One Web Space. One Web Place is what it was. Before there was social interaction or social media of any kind. That's what the internet was. But we were always told that you never take anything, you don't take anything credible from the internet. You can't. For one, it is so young. It's not a credible source because you are all going through multiple sources. And there's no fact checking, there's no credibility, there's no nothing. Okay? So why we take the internet so like why we believe it when we see it on the internet, I just don't get it. I sure don't. I have a hard enough time reading anything on the internet that's from an actual credible source, like any newspaper, any magazine. I have a hard enough time trying to believe that. My high school, my junior and senior year, we only had one computer that was hooked up to the internet, and it was dial-up. Okay, seriously, you heard the modem go and everything. We were not allowed, yeah. So I just find it so incredible that anyone will believe anything as long as it's from the internet. But now that seems to be where all our information comes from. We never question it. So now you have to question the sources, and you've got to do your background. You've got to use some logic and deductive reasoning for anything that you read. All right, that's enough of me ranting and raving like an old man yelling at a cloud. I'll always rely on my sources and my intuition, and I will always pay the price when I'm wrong. No one else does what I do. Speaking of paying the price, we will get to something that I heard. Oh, no, this wasn't no 56K modem, CJ. This was a 28.8. Well, I had a 28.8 at home. No, back at school, I think it was a 14.4. We didn't have gigabytes. Processors were 128 meg. Yeah. Gargantuan husks of machinery that all you could do with it was play solitaire and run WordPerfect. All right. Enough I remember. Going on to the Red Show. Hey, look, that's shorter JBL holding up the hands of a holy shit. What the heck is wrong with Finn's body? Okay, so what exactly happened on Raw this week? All right. Part of me does not really want to go through this entire show bit by bit because it seems like there's so much deeper stuff going on here. But first off, Vince sees something on the limo that must have gotten on there on the drive over, and he's disgusted by how the limo driver just could not avoid every speck of dust and fly that was on the road. That inept cretin. God, what a horrid limo driver. All right, so Braun Strowman gets in the ring. Braun Strowman cuts this promo, and Baron Corbin comes out, and Karen Corbin comes out and interrupts him, and calls his mother a snowblower or something. And, Strowman runs after Corbin. Apparently loses track of him. Can't find him. So he starts yelling at people, "Where's Corbin?" Tosses a Singh brother because he doesn't know where Corbin went. But then he finds Elias just strumming on the guitar, singing a song of everything that he occasionally sees or observes on any regular day. You know jokers like this, don't you? You were like this when you were 6 years old or 7 years old, weren't you? No, when you were 4 or 5 maybe, where you would just make up songs off of random things that popped into your head or random things that you saw lying around, It's kind of like, oh, it's a dry erase marker, and it's orange. I don't know a word that rhymes with orange, but I'm gonna try to come up one large born charge, orange, short. I like this marker. It is a good friend. You know. Well, that's what Elias was doing. He was basically describing where Borbin ran off to. Hey, Shifty. They lets him know that he ran into the limo that Vince McMahon happened to have been in. He goes over there. He starts trashing the limo. He's busting out windows with a lead pipe. Scares out Borbin. And then, Vince comes out. What happened? What? You did this. You. Look at this. What happened? Yep, you did this, didn't you? Yep. You did this. I have a more fun time watching this just as a GIF and muting this than anything else, Hopefully I can blow this up a little bigger for you. Because it is kind of hilarious, What is this? What happened? Oh, what happened? Wait, you did this. God, you did the thing. Look at this thing. Look, God, look at it. You did this, huh? Oh, that's what I thought. You see that? God damn it. So, he's fined $100,000 for this door. Strowman shoots off his mouth. McMahon goes, "Oh, yeah? You're going to insult my limousine like that and call it's not even worth $100,000? Well, fine. You're out of the Universal title match at Royal Rumble." Strowman then, in character, as is tradition, tips over the vehicle. So it's pretty much safe to say that, that we are saying that Strowman is not good to go for Royal Rumble. That's what we're saying, that he hasn't passed or something like that. He's not cleared to do Royal Rumble, even though he's got no elbow brace on. He's got no bandages or anything like that. So that's what we're led to believe. Okay. If that's what you would like. Sure. I might disagree with that. I'm kind of going off of, let's do a little, I guess, fantasy booking, but let's think a little bit here. So you have Strowman and Lesnar for Royal Rumble. You've done Strowman Lesnar for Royal Rumble. You're having Lesnar go over Strowman, aren't you? I mean, that is what you're going to do. That is what you were going to do. So what are you going to do with Strowman come WrestleMania times? More to the point, I mean, are you going to also enter him into the Royal Rumble? My sources are working right now. I think Strowman is cleared. I think he's good to go. I think he's going to be a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble. They didn't say he's not going to be in it. They haven't confirmed him either. We haven't heard anything that he's not a go for the Royal Rumble. Why can't we believe that he's going to be in the Royal Rumble then? Why can't we believe that he might win it? Why can't we believe that Lesnar Strowman could be happening at WrestleMania instead? Yeah. Why not? Because everyone right now is just talking about how he is not good to go for his match. And they believe it's because they haven't cleared him from injury. The surgery that was performed on him for elbow spurs taking elbow spurs out is practically the same kind of surgery that R-Truth had earlier last year. You saw it on his Twitter account. He had shoulder bone spurs taken out. These things were enormous. And these were from years and years of shoulder surgery on his part, okay? Years and years of shoulder cleanup surgery being done. The same is happening basically with Kevin Owens. Had happened with him. Knee cleanup. Sin Cara, same thing. Strowman underwent elbow surgery about 2 years ago. And so it's acting up, and so it needs cleanup. So it had elbow cleanup. Your cleanup surgery and the healing time is a lot shorter, the shorter amount of time there is between when you've had the initial surgery and your cleanup. Usually, honestly, when you're a major athlete of any kind and you've had, knee surgery or shoulder surgery, elbow, you've had something skeletal happen to you, not muscular, skeletal happen to you. Like, separated shoulder, broken clavicle, stuff like that. That's what causes bone spurs, is having a break of some kind in those joints. When you're a professional athlete, you do more wear and tear on them, you're way more active, thus cleanup for those appendages is needed at a much quicker pace. If you or I, just separated our elbow or had our elbow broken, something like that, we probably would not think of having cleanup surgery on this elbow for probably 10 years because we're not professional athletes. Not unless you have a job that requires you to use this elbow or your right elbow extensively, like, say, being a carpenter or working in construction or something like that. So, I am not buying that Strowman is a no-go for the Royal Rumble. I'm not buying it. And I had to feed you that kind of logic more than just saying, oh, he's not wearing an elbow brace. No, he's been cleared. He's been cleared to go. I mean, it's just using deductive logic, okay? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Oh no, he didn't show up at the Royal Rumble. They must have different plans for him. I just think he's a go. I wasn't wrong about Daniel Bryan. Hanging my cap on that one. God, I knew he was cleared 4 or 5 months in advance before it was even announced. And that's just from logic, okay? That's not from having inside sources. These are my sources. Strowman's good to go. Don't be surprised if he's an entrant in the Royal Rumble, number 29. 28 or 29. Around those lines, okay? They will give him as less amount of time as possible. Is he going to win? Oh, who knows? Who knows? We haven't gotten that far yet. So, yeah. So, Strowman's out of this Universal title match. So, what the hell are we going to do? Well, before we figure out any of that junk, we're going to have a really horrible tag team match first of Ronda Rousey and Sasha Banks going up against Nia Jax and Tamina. This was all about showcasing Sasha Banks and why she's important and why Ronda Rousey chose her, because most of the offense was all Sasha Banks. Didn't really see a whole much of Rousey in this match. There she is doing the little bank statement thingy. Yeah. And Tamina taps, and because they aren't going to have Nia Jax tap. Sloppy everything. It was just a bland match. It was very, very bland. After the match, Charles Caruso gets in the ring to interview, and gets in the ring, says their upcoming match didn't stop them from winning. Rousey says that they respect each other and it was an honor to tag with her. Sasha says that beating Sasha at the Royal Rumble will be her greatest victory as Raw champion. Banks takes exception to that. Rousey says that she'll do everything in her power to tap Banks out at the Royal Rumble. Banks says that Rousey isn't the only one that can make people tap out. Maybe you should ask Nia Jax or Tamina right now. Banks will face anyone, anytime, anywhere. She says it'll be her pleasure to teach Rousey how to lose with class. Rousey says that you can keep the title of the world's classiest loser. Because I don't want it. Banks says that she's not a loser. Last week, Rousey said Banks was the best. It wasn't the other way around. The only loser will be Rousey at the Royal Rumble. She's going to tap Rousey out and take back the title. Bank on that. Throughout this entire brouhaha, this after-match interview or whatnot, everything that you've ever known about Wanda Rousey, how being the baddest woman on the planet, how getting her arm yanked on by Becky Lynch, how, she said that she would be a fighting champion and blah, 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 blah. Everything that you've ever known about the Ronda Rousey character, gone. We just realized there's only one reason that she ever wanted to join the WWE and become a professional wrestler. She just wants to make friends. She was so worried about offending Sasha. Oh no, I didn't mean it like that. I respect yous. I have the honors. You're a worthy opponent. You shouldn't take it so seriously. Fucking honor, fucking respect. There's a way better female angle going on SmackDown right now. So, yeah. Muffled and loud? Okay. Shifty says I'm a little muffled and a little loud, so we'll go ahead and turn that sucker down a little bit. How's that? Turn it down slightly. Yeah, I've been trying to adjust the sound on the show, and after 3 or 4 takes, I thought I had it right. But, there you go. Yeah, too much crap happening. Way too much crap happening. Especially with this Sasha. Yeah. Naomi Mandy, I want all day. Naomi Mandy, I want all day long. I just want women ripping their hair out. I want them slapping each other in the face. I want them rolling around on the floor. I want them hating each other. But dear God, I do not want anything like this. I respect you. I honor you. I'm offended that you think that you can beat me. Well, don't be offended. I want to be your friend. Oh, Christ. Ugh. So there's this long line of people outside of McMahon's office or door or locker room or whatever the hell he's in. Trying to get their dibs and trying to be contender for the Universal Championship. Jamel brought up in the chat room, it's funny, Cena can do the respect type angles and not have them come off so annoying. Well, there's a reason for that. It's because Cena's respect angles came out a lot better when he was the only one talking. When he's the only one talking and there's no rebuttal. When there's a second voice in it, it gets muffled. Kind of like how the Triple H Undertaker stuff went. You know? There are so many respect angles that have been done that are just so horrible. But it's mainly because the two always are going at, they're like, I respect you and I respect you, or I respect you. What'd you say about me? I don't like it. It has no place in this realm. Okay? No place in this realm whatsoever. I really want to try to do a little bit of, not field research, but a lot of researching into the WWF product of the 80s and the WWF product of the 90s. How much respect did we have then? I'll tell you right now, none. People hated each other. You had Hulk Hogan's Americana versus Nikolai Volkov's Russia and Iron Sheik's Iran. against Macho Man Randy Savage, who hated Hulk Hogan because he was jealous that Elizabeth liked him more. You had DiBiase, you had Mr. Perfect, you had so many people that hated Hogan. In the 90s, it was so much more about hate. Everything was based on hate in the 90s. It was about who hated the other more. It wasn't about who was a babyface, it was about who was the lesser heel. Now we're in the new millennium where it's all about respect. Trying to honor something. Trying to, admire history. Fuck history. I just want to punch you in the face. Oh boy. Lucha House Party versus the guys that don't want to be in the WWE anymore. The guys that don't want to be in the WWE anymore ended up winning by pushing Lucha House Party's foot off the rope. Yeah. So yeah, they still want to leave. So who's going to face Bork Laser at the Royal Rumbles? Vince McMahon comes out there. He goes, he's just about to speak, but then suddenly Cena's music hits. Cena comes out to plead his case that when The Rock, Stone Cold left him high and dry. The Rock left him high and dry. Bork Laser left him high and dry. And you look for people to step up. I looked you in the eye, said Cena, and I stepped up. And I would not let you down. You give me a chance, and I will not let you down. Let's see. After that, then Drew McIntyre came out and said, no, we're not having this shit again. Karen Bourbon comes out and says that he had his life threatened earlier tonight. And I'm not the type of guy to have a lawyer on speed dial, but if I was, it's best for business for him to get a Universal title match against Bork Laser. And then the Fonz, Finn Balor, comes on out, trying to make his case, but McMahon basically making it for him, saying, you're a shrimp. Everyone else here, why? I'm sorry, maybe I don't think you have it. And so Finn Balor just starts wailing on people. We got a schmaz. McIntyre kicks Cena in the face. Looks like a champ. So yeah. Okay, so that's what we're going to have. We're going to have now a Fatal 4-Way for this number one contendership to go over to the Royal Rumble to face Bork Laser. But before we have that, we're also going to have a triple threat match for the Intercontinental title involving Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Bobby Lashley. I hope I'm doing that right. I think Leo does it way better than I. Bobby Lashley. McMahon's walking backstage, and Jinder Mahal stops him, says that he should be in the Fatal 4-Way match. He was supposed to have his dream match with Bork Laser 2 years ago, but he was robbed of it. So he should get his chance. McMahon says, okay, you face a guy out of that Fatal 4-Way, and if you win, you're in. Oh, then I face Finn Balor. There you go. So, yeah. So we're first also going to have Finn Balor going against Jinder Mahal. So Finn, the Fonz, is doing double duty. Next up, we've got your prototypical 6-woman tag match to remind you that there are other women on this roster other than Wanda Rousey. Involving the Riot Squad going against Bayley, Natalya, and Nikki Cross. When I was reading the Twitter feeds and the Facebooks and stuff and heard Nikki Cross showed up, I was like, well, shit. There's one shot at tequila I'm going to have to take. But then it was explained that Nikki Cross is not officially on the Raw roster. In fact, for these next few weeks, all of these NXT upcomers are just going to be basically dipping their toes in the water. Just appearing and making cameos, maybe. Don't get me wrong. I really do like the crazy Nikki Cross character. It's just sometimes she does go a little overboard. Yeah. Yeah, she goes a little overboard. Whatever. I'm not gonna until we start really seeing her full time. I really don't want to say much about Nikki Cross. I am more interested in the others. Um, though it was reported by PW Insider, and that was via Mike Tabasco on Monday's post Raw show, that Lars Sullivan was supposed to do something on the show a couple of weeks ago, Raw, but did not because apparently he suffers from an anxiety disorder and underwent a panic attack. And so he's been at home basically nursing himself back to health. In fact, I'll tell you what, let's find out. Let's just go to Lars's Twitter feed and see when the last time it was that he spoke. Looks like his last tweet was January the 4th. So that is right on the dot 2 weeks ago. Yeah, here it is. William Christensen here, Mr. Sullivan's social media representative. Lars wants to know what you guys, the Sullinators, think of Raw versus SmackDown and which one you'd like to see Lars dissect and vivisect people on. That was from the 4th. Here he is retweeting something from Tama Tonga. I don't know really what to make of all of this. I really don't know. This all seems really, really sketchy to me. Very, very sketchy. What's weirder is that, okay, so he was supposed to do something then. I'm going to be more to the point with this, okay? He wasn't mentioned, he was hardly mentioned at all this week on both shows. Wasn't even uttered on SmackDown. None. So we really don't know what's going on here. Okay. Best that my best advice that I can give is this guy should just stay off social media, not even look at it. Delete a Twitter account, don't be a part of it, don't look on Facebook, don't be part of it. That's what really induces anxiety, is when you read other people's opinions and critiques and stuff. So I don't see, it doesn't help. And from his past and everything, that doesn't, it's just going to instigate you and make you worry even more about your craft. You just do you. You know, he was one of the ones I was looking forward to seeing the most, was Lars. But I don't know. I don't think they're necessarily worried about what he said in the past. I think they're just going to kind of wait until the time is right to bring him out. You know, that's all. But they were doing a lot of cameo appearances with the other NXT performers on this episode of Raw. For example, Fonz walking around and Dana and Mickey admiring Lacey Evans's attire. By God, I cannot wait for Lacey Evans. She is just perfect for this entire roster. There is no one like her at all. Okay? Just that pompous, arrogant lady that no one will ever touch, that she knows that she is better looking and better than everyone else. That's what Charlotte was supposed to be, but now she's gotten all respecty and honory and, just I'm the queen because I have so many wins. But now we just need Lacey Evans to come out just to go, I'm just a lady. You guys can't beat me. She's going to be fabulous. She's going to be great. So we have the Jinder Mahal versus Fonz Balor. Fonz Balor goes over, wins clean. Whatever. Yeah, it's just a typical. We've seen them have so many matches in the past. It doesn't matter. Lio Rush cut one of those, holding the cell phone up to you promos. do check out this promo from Lio Rush about Bobby Lashley. It was very well done. Okay. I am sold on Rush and Lashley. I am sold now. They have my undivided attention. Ever since making that change and giving him Lio Rush to talk, oh man, are they so much better. So much better. And just how Lashley feeds off of that. You know, he is way better at that. He is way better at just being the mute monster. That's what he is. Well, I mean, that's what he is, kind of, you know. But, oh, it's good stuff. Very, very good stuff. And Lashley having that menacing face after Leo is talking about him. Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. And also during the show, Bane Ambrose did one of his boiler room speeches. Whatever. That he's been doing every week for the past month. All right. The Lashley makes his entrance. The Ambrose makes his entrance. Rollins talks to Charles in the gorilla position before going up to make his entrance. Go out of your way to watch this match. I'm under the exception that I kind of liked this match. I kind of liked it because there were lots of different segments and exchanges in it that really changed the ebb and flow of the match. Lio Rush played a fantastic role in this, whereas when the action seemed to get down or whatnot, out came this little spider monkey just flipping around and getting swatted at but never taking a hit. I mean, it just really added to the ebb and flow of the match. Seth Rollins jumping a little too high to take this spine buster and realizing it afterwards. Oh! I just love Seth's face. He just goes full troll on the end of that. Oh! Oh boy. Fun stuff. Fun stuff. Yeah, they figured out the triple threat formula on this match. I liked it. I liked this match. Rollins, Ambrose, and Lashley. I thought it was a pretty good match. Especially the ending exchange. This is fantastic. Just Rush pulling the top rope, dispenses of Rollins, mean spear. Very mean spear. Great sell on Bane's part. Yeah. Just good stuff. Hey, Ebony, what's going on? Howdy, howdy, howdy. I gotta tell you, I'm looking forward to this. Yeah, I know. We're still talking about Raw. We're almost done. Did people see this coming? Kind of. Lashley having the Intercontinental title is not a bad idea. Not at all. Especially when I'm booking WrestleMania. It takes Ambrose and Rollins out of the picture when it comes to that belt because their program that they're having has nothing to do with the belt. So, what are you going to do with all three involved? Well, we'll talk about that when we get to this big old whiteboard. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Before we have a moment of with Alexa, a stagehand knocked on her dressing room door and walked in, and she just has her shirt over her boobs. Just to remind you that Alexa is a pretty lady and that you should stay after the commercials for Glass and Temptation Island, that you should stick around and see this pretty lady. Yes. You should listen to this pretty lady because she has boobs, her skin is succulent, and I bet she smells like peaches. That's why they did that. If you don't like it, stop being a fucking... You're not going to get any. Stop being a white knight. Stop complaining about it. If you're a female complaining about it, you should actually be kind of jealous about it because how would you like it if only like 15 seconds was devoted to you just holding your shirt over your boobs? It's the most viewed segment. That's why it's the most viewed segment on YouTube right now. From WWE on Monday Night Raw. Why? Boobs. Sex sells. Get over it. Wish I had tits. I'd flash them right now so I could get 2 million views. All right. Moment of bliss with Paul Heyman's special guest. But before they did that, these things, these trinkets were unveiled. What could these be? What are these? Why, they're the women's tag team titles. Everyone's saying, I told you so, I told you so. Everyone knew they were coming. Shut up. I'm just wrong because I thought they were going to come a lot sooner. So, here we have the titles. What the deal is with these women's tag team titles, they're going to be defended on both brands. And the winner of these tag team titles is going to be determined at Elimination Chamber 5 weeks from now, which means there is a 3-week build now for Elimination Chamber post-Royal Rumble. 3 teams from Raw, 3 teams from SmackDown are going to be locked into the Elimination Chamber, and we will have our brand new women's tag team champions. Apparently someone took it upon themselves earlier this week to have a friendly wager. There's nothing wrong with friendly wagers. Yeah, nothing wrong with friendly wagers. The only problem with this friendly wager was that my health was put into jeopardy from this wager. I mean, just take a listen. You'll get what I'm talking about.
And
I have an idea.
I'm just gonna go for it, or watch. It'll be the Iconics.
I have an idea.
What?
Okay, so you say the Riot Squad.
Mm-hmm.
I say Sasha and Bailey. Let's on air.
I have a better idea. Go on.
Let's on air. $20 bet. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Between the both of us.
Okay.
And then I think it's just, I don't know.
Even though my money's your money.
It doesn't matter. Like, it's still $20.
Yes, okay, $20 is $20. Okay.
$20 is $20.
All right. So we'll what if none of them win? Then nothing happens.
Then nothing happens.
Okay, fine. I think me and Victoria should lock in. So I'll lock in my pick. Victoria locks in hers.
Okay.
If one of our things comes true, or no, you know what? I'm gonna lock in my pick, and if my pick doesn't come true, Doug has to take a shot on Wrestleview Weekly for me.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to lock in your pick so Doug takes another shot?
Sure. So, okay. All right, cool.
All right.
Wait. What happens, so if both of us, what if our teams...
He has to do double shots if both of them...
Oh, okay. So if...
Double shot.
Wait, so let's get this straight. So if Riot Squad wins...
Doug takes a shot.
Doug takes a shot.
If the Boston Hug Connection wins, Doug takes a shot.
But if they both don't win... Doug takes double shot. Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
All right.
I don't know how that math works out, but that's what I think should happen.
I'll take that bet. So Mike and Victoria have decided to place my health on the line for the sake of entertainment. It's not like that hasn't been done in the past. It's always been done voluntarily. All right. So Victoria has locked Banks and Bailey. Tabasco has locked in the Riot Squad. Okay. So, I'll do you one further. Okay? So we got the Margaritaville and the Avion. Okay? So here's what's going to happen. I'll make it simpler. I'll make it way, way simpler. Okay? If Banks and Bailey win, I take down the Margaritaville. Take down a shot of the Margaritaville. Yeah. We take down the Margaritaville. If Banks and Bailey win, that's what I'm taking down. If the Riot Squad win, taking down a shot of the Avion. Okay? But if neither of them win, it's a double of the punishment juice of the Luna Azul. That's what we'll do. That's how we'll do it. So what are the 3 tag teams? All right, apart from my own health, who are the 3 teams going to be? Let's go and throw them out there. We've got Banks and Bailey. We got the Riot Squad. Who would the 3rd team be? Nia Jackson Tamina. So there you go. There's your 3 teams from Raw. What are your 3 teams from SmackDown? Got Iconics, Rose and DeVille. Who's your 3rd? Who's your 3rd? I know you got Iconics, Rose and DeVille, but who's this one? Who's that one? It can't be Lana because it was just announced on the Twitterverse that Lana's Peppermint now. Naomi and Carmella? Sure. No, Naomi and Mella. No, that works. No, Naomi and Mella, that works. So there you go. So there's your teams. I talk with my hands a lot. NXT team, though, I don't know if they've really even. No. There's not a lot of women's tag team stuff happening in NXT. Not at least that's really pushed or hinted at any kind. I don't know. If they are, Baszler and someone else, or be the 2 chicks from, the 4 Horsewomen or something. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? Am I excited about it? I guess. It's something for the extra women to do. I guess that's the big thing. It's better than having all these throwaway 6-woman tags all the time. Got to have something to build upon. At least it's for something substantial, I guess. But basically, Paul Heyman came out there, talked smack about the 4 competitors, but he was interrupted when he got to Finn Balor because Peppermint. I know it's pregnant, but I always say Peppermint. But this guy shows up. Dozer, Otis. I love this guy. I love this. It should not be confusing at all. This should not be confusing to anyone. Otis is a treasure. All right? I loved it. Just the random appearance of a guy just grunting. And you're like, yeah. Just doesn't look like anyone else. And then you see his handler, Tucker Knight, come out. It's like, no, you'll have to excuse me. No, Otis, get back there. It reminds me of, and I'm trying to bring up, trying to show, find videos of this or whatnot. Reminds me of the Venture Brothers. And it reminds me of the spoof character they had for the Thing of the Fantastic Four. His name was Ned. Ned was basically, Ned is a human callus. And but he has the brain of a 7-year-old. He's basically mentally handicapped. I just love him.
Now, it took a lot of work to get the guild to agree to this, and it's only on a trial basis.
Hey, fine.
You'll hear him at the end here.
Oh, the scary big brown flying poo-poo.
And though he just reminds me of Ned. Yeah, basically a mentally handicapped character. who's a human callus. But I love appearances like this. I love characters like this that are just random, that are just completely random. They show up out of nowhere doing nothing or doing something stupid. Nothing consequential or relevant. It's just stupid, okay? I love this, okay? I just love this guy. I want a show devoted on this. Was this pulling the hook? Sure, it was considered pulling the hook, but it's fantastic. Are you kidding me? I was laughing hysterically when I was watching this morning. I mean, just seeing him just walking out there, he just had a look in his face. He's always looking up this way. He's just like, arg, arg, arg. Oh God, he just looks so lost. Oh, I love him. I love him. Oh, the beginning of SmackDown? Oh, yeah, sure. We'll be talking about that. Okay. Fatal 4-way match. Cena, Fons Balor, Karen Borbin, Drew McIntyre. Really fun Fatal 4-way match. Not a Tower of Doom spot to be had. Thank God. Fons Balor gets the pin on Cena. Karen Borbin, the true character, broke out a chair to beat up people with. Drew McIntyre did this weird thing, which would lead to a commercial break. Cena tried to do leg drops, but McIntyre said no, a la Batista. But the point of this match, so Doug likes him because, Ebony says that I like him because that's how I act when I'm drunk on a podcast. Well, maybe, possibly, I don't know. Okay, so the point of this Fatal 4-way was to make Balor look like a fucking champ. And that's what they did. The guy took an end of days. He took a second rope AA that he would kick out of. He took chair shots from Karen Borbin. But then all he had to do was hit one coup de grace on John Cena, and he wins. They really made him look strong, but they tried hard. Jamel saying all of Raw was dedicated to build up Fons Balor and make him seem legit competitor. Well, yeah. Yeah. That's what it was. Is he legit? No. I'm with you, Ebony. She says she doesn't get Fons. I don't get him either. I don't know why people like him. I don't get it. I don't get it. What about Glass? Did I hear about Glass? I heard there was something called Glass. Something. I don't know. Anytime I heard that word, I basically muted the TV, you know. But that was the Red Show. What did everyone think about the Red Show? Hey, before we do that, let's watch this in black and white. He has a shapely thigh. Did we really need this angle? Did we really need this angle? Cena holding up Fonz's shapely body in the air. Poll says 79% of the people liked the Red Show. Red Show was pretty good. I'll give it that. The Red Show was pretty good. The triple threat was fun. Fatal 4-way was good. It wasn't so easily contrived. But, man, you've really got to get over all the commercial talk, all of the commercials that they were selling, and also get over the fact that they were trying to make Fons Balor look like fucking Bork Laser, because that's who he's going against. On to the Blue Show. So Becky Lynch pulls up in an SUV. She's walking around backstage, and there's the New Day and New Day and Heavy Machinery just standing around a table inside a parking garage eating pancakes, and Otis is putting together a smoothie of eggs, pancakes, whey protein, and bacon, I think? Or was it tuna? It was tuna. It was something like that. Blends it all together. He takes a sip. Then Becky Lynch comes over. She takes a sip. Calls it weak. That made me throw shit at the TV. Fuck you. So, yeah. Becky Lynch comes out. She talks smack about Asuka. Asuka comes out and she tried to talk smack to Becky Lynch. I really have a hard time with Asuka right now. I have a very difficult time with Asuka. Asuka is horrible on a mic. She's horrible. She's horrible. She smiles too damn much. Their English delivery is not good at all. Nakamura's is better. It's just bad. I'm sorry. I just don't get it. Asuka needs an interpreter, is what she needs. In fact, she needs two people. She needs an interpreter and then a spokesperson. Okay? Asuka needs the interpreter to translate to Japanese to English, and then the interpreter needs to hand off the message to the spokesperson. The translator can just be a regular person, like just regular, person just writing down and everything. But the spokesperson, that's where you have fun with. No, it is not Funaki. It sounds simple, but it's not Funaki. Do not pick Funaki. No, 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 no. It cannot be someone Japanese. No. You get stupid with this. You get stupid with this. Once again, you have Asuka talking to the translator handing to the spokesperson. Translator gets thing from Asuka, writes it into English, hands off the message to... I want a male with a deep, commanding voice. One that's retired. Okay? I want someone like, imagine James Earl Jones speaking on behalf of Asuka. Imagine Samuel L. Jackson speaking for Asuka. Okay? Yeah, I want a Ron Simmons. I want someone with a commanding voice. You know what I mean by, I'm not just saying, don't just pick managers. It's got to be a voice. Okay? Like when you hear it, you listen. Okay? Mark Henry? Oh, sure. Oh, yeah, sure. But I mean, but again, that's something I want. I know it ain't going to happen. That's okay. That's what I want. But we know it's not going to happen. But Asuka is horrible on the mic. I don't care how fucking cute she is. I don't care how many Japanese photo spreads you've seen of her. Stop jacking off. That had to be said. Okay? Seriously, that had to be said. All right? Ebony saying that with the shouting promos, Asuka has more badass presence than any of the women. Well, not when she's posing, not when she's smiling. It's not how they do it in Japan. No, it's not. It's not working. It's just not working for me. And I seriously think that the only reason other people are saying that is because they're too busy whipping out their dicks and staring at her photo spreads from 10 years ago. Seriously. I'm just not buying it. That's just me. Iconics come out and they talk smack, and so Becky Lynch invites one of them into the ring to beat the crap out of them. She does so. Asuka yells in Japanese for the other one to get in there. She beats the crap out of them. So there you go. That's what happened. Becky Lynch beat up Peyton Royce, and Billie Kay was beat up by Asuka. So there you go. AJ Styles is at a concession stand to give his rebuttal to Daniel Bryan's little piece last week. We love hot dogs. We love Cokes. We love merchandise from the WWE stand here. Have free t-shirts. Daniel Bryan comes over and beats him up, and AJ Styles puts him through a table. Yay. After that, the camera goes to the Usos. The Usos are taking promo pics for Royal Rumble t-shirts. Why? I don't know. And then a staff member hands Jimmy a box. It is a love letter signed by Mandy Rose with her hotel room key card. Jay asks Jimmy what he will do. Jimmy says he don't know. We'll get back to this in a little bit. Samoa Joe is walking backstage, and EC3 is flexing in front of a mirror a la Lex Luger's narcissist gimmick, which was fantastic. I think it should be resurrected. EC3 should be coming out to the ring with 3 scantily clad women holding up mirrors in front of him. This sounds fantastic. Do it now. Andrade Almas and Zelina Vega backstage, and Andrade is asked about pinning Rey Mysterio last week. Andrade says some words. Zelina Vega says some words, and they're going to have a match. Samoa Joe versus Mustafa Ali. Mustafa Ali is coming to the ring looking like Sub-Zero from a rave. He's up on the corner saying hi to the people. Samoa Joe hits him from behind and slugs him into the ring post from the outside twice. That looked fantastic. Samoa Joe is fantastic. Mustafa Ali is fantastic. I need these two more in my life going against each other when it's not actually a match. And I need Samoa Joe talking on the mic more about he's going to use big words against other people in the Royal Rumble like decimate and stuff like that. And he did that later on in the show. It was good. I'm kind of flying through the Blue Show because, for one, it's 2 hours long and not as much stuff happened. Rey Mysterio walking backstage and sees Nikki Cross trapped in a steel fence of some kind. Yeah. All right, Samoa Joe does his piece and everything. All right, now. I want Samoa Joe behind my bar and giving me that great facial expression that he gave during that. He was like, all right, match of the year right now is Rey Mysterio and Andrade from last night. Go out of your way to watch this match. I cannot fully describe it right now because my sources are taking advantage of me. And also, there's just so much stuff that happens in it. And tells a great story, too. Now, it's time to place your bets. Time to place your bets. I am looking at the Internet Wrestling... Well, look at this. It's not even up. Okay. Internet Wrestling Database, where basically all of the stars that Dark Overlord Meltzer records for his matches are recorded on this thing for posterity. We haven't had any star ratings for the SmackDown show yet. Let's see. Monday Night Raw? Nope. Nothing there. Wonder if he did anything for Honor Reigns Supreme. No, he did not. Anything from New Japan? How about an Orlando show for NXT? Nope. Didn't do anything there. I don't know if he's really done any I don't know if Meltzer has really rated anything this year or anything that's been happening. So, yeah. But yes, and they are just calling him Andrade now. So, no big deal. People lose their first names and their last names and everything, so it rolls off better in the ring. There's nothing wrong with that. People got a problem with that. Oh, God. However, will you survive? You seem to survive beyond Kane the Undertaker. Just throwing that out there. You have survived beyond Big Van Vader. You are now seeing Bobby Lashley when he was just Lashley. I don't... Is it a little weird? Yeah, sure, it's a little weird, but Elias was Elias Sampson. Hunter Hearst Helmsley, now it's just Triple H. Yeah, that's right, CJ. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? All right, but anyway, match of the year, check it out. Fantastic, fantastic match. Watch this all night. We have our first candidate for match of the year. Absolutely. Okay, now, got to talk about this hotel room segment. Okay? First off, let's just go with the good with this. Just as much as some people could watch Andrade and Rey Mysterio go all night, I could watch Mandy and Naomi go all night. Mm-hmm. For just as much as... Oh, God. This is what I wanted. This is what women's wrestling is supposed to be. Hatred. Pure fucking hatred. Pure fucking hatred. And Ebony's saying people are missing the point. Mandy doesn't want to screw Jimmy. She wants to screw Naomi and screw with Naomi's life. Well, yeah, if they watched the show and listened and paid attention, yeah, that was all laid out. That's what she said. That's what the character Mandy Rose said. That the reason why she was doing all of this. But most people don't watch SmackDown. Remember, the title of our thread on the Wrestleview Facebook page is the official Nobody Watches SmackDown thread. People don't watch the show. They just read results, like I'm doing right now. But I watched the show. I only got one problem. And it's not about the fight between Mandy and Naomi. You know. I just have a problem with the character of the Usos, okay? I just have a problem with, Jimmy getting the love letters and all the attention from her. How the fuck does Jay feel? How the fuck does Jay feel right now? I look just like this motherfucker. Why aren't you going to me? Jimmy, give me that fucking room key. She'll never know the difference. And more to the point, Jimmy, if Mandy is hitting on you and doing all of this stuff, you don't really have to do anything. You don't have to respond. You don't have to do something in response. You don't have to go to the hotel room. You don't have to go inside. More to the point, I just feel sorry for Jay. How does that fucker feel? I'm his identical twin. Why don't you want me? Here, girl. I'd grab that. What are you going to do with that hotel key? I don't know. Well, give me that fucking thing. I'll go ahead and take care of it. That's what struck me about the whole thing, was Jimmy having that hotel key and Jay asking, what you gonna do? And he goes, I don't know. Jay, oh God, if I was in Jay's shoes, well, fuck you, give me that. If you don't know what you don't, I know what I'm gonna do with it. And yes, the cameramen are there in the hotel room and all this. Yes, we know. Suspend your disbelief. It happens. Hotel room romantic trysts happen at least once a year on WWE TV. We met our quota early, okay? But that cat fight in that hotel room was stuff of magic, okay? Their very first match needs to be a cage match. It needs to be Hell in a Cell. It's got to be no DQ. It's got to be something just magical. It was great, okay? The brawl was fantastic. When that Women's Royal Rumble hits and those two are in the ring, they'll eliminate each other both, and they're going to fight all throughout the stands. All throughout the stands. Bestie birthday. It was Shane McMahon's birthday. The Miz threw him a birthday bash. Out came the bar. Sheamus made fun of them. Shane puts Miz and Sheamus in a match and roots Miz into thinking that he can beat him. He actually does end up beating him. And there was birthday cakes involved, and everyone got birthday cake all over them and stuff like that. And that's how they end this show. So, 79% liked Raw. So how many liked SmackDown? Well, I liked it. Did you like it? I liked it. Let's like it together. 83% thumbs up. SmackDown has not been under 80%, I believe, in the past 4 or 5 weeks. I've got a feeling that Mandy-Naomi match, the bell will never sound, ever. The bell will never, ever sound. There's never, the bell will never ring. The bell will never ring. All right. That's enough for the Red and the Blue show. God, talked way too much about the Red show and the Blue show, but man, had to do it. Had to do it. No stupid rest holds. That's right, Jamel, because they're going to be beating the crap out of each other. All right. Oh, kind of getting a little bit of dry mouth here. Yeah, more booze. That'll help. More sources. All right. Blazing through the news of the week. Tag team title match has been added to NXT TakeOver Phoenix for this coming for a couple of Sundays from now, where the Undisputed Era of O'Reilly and Strong faces off against the War Machine, or whatever the heck you want to call it. So, yep, that's been added to the card. Not sure what the rest of the card's going to be, but I'm sure it'll take shape. I'm sure I'll be making predictions on it soon. Cruiserweight title match has been set for the Royal Rumble. It will be Buddy Murphy defending, looks like, against Kalisto, Akira Tozawa, and Hideo Itami. So, not an American to be found. Not an American to be found. Yep, this will be coming up on the Royal Rumble. Don't know if that's going to be... don't know if that'll be a pre-show or actually part of the show. We're not sure. This I want to check out. Okay, Samoa Joe has debuted a new vlog called Loop, where he's basically just documenting himself on the road during the SmackDown house tours. This sounds fabulous to me. This I'm really going to check out tomorrow. I love stuff like this. Stuff that's just spontaneous, on the fly, no crazy production. This sounds really, really cool because it seems to me it'll be more about Joe sharing stories while going to wherever he's going or talking about where he has been. I mean, this sounds great. So I can't wait to check this vlog out. It sounds really, really cool. WWE has announced at the Royal Rumble weekend that there is going to be a When Worlds Collide tournament. This will be happening at the Royal Rumble Access show convention that they do during the weekend. This will be pre-taped and aired as a special on the WWE Network. Right now, 15 talents from all three brands are going to take part. We're looking at Adam Cole, Velveteen Dream, Dominic Dijakovic, Keith Lee, and Otis the Dozer. From NXT UK, we got Mark Andrews, Tyler Bate, Travis Banks, Jordan Devlin, and Zach Gibson. And then from 205, we got Cedric Alexander, Tony Nese, Drew Gulak, TJP, and a superstar to be named later, which I believe was Cardio. I can't remember his first name, but his last name is Cardio. He is the son of Hector Garza, is who will be taking that place. So, yeah, those are going to be the teams or the talents involved. Velveteen Dream's going to win it, so there you go. There's a new cookbook coming out by the WWE out on March the 19th. It's the WWE The Official Cookbook. Why? I don't know. 75 recipes. I like cooking. Oh, Uberto. Okay, that's his name. I like cooking. Am I buying this? No. I'll just find it pirated online. Vince McMahon was part of a Jeopardy question. This billionaire wrestling promoter has owned what's now the WWE since 1982. Hey, Grash, you're a little late, buddy, but that's okay. Hulk Hogan commented on Kenny Omega being in the WWE. We got to take this at first glance because it was Sports Illustrated that did the interview. So, Hogan weighing in on the rumors of the WWE having interest on signing Omega. It's tough to go your whole life without eating at McDonald's or riding in a Chevrolet. If you don't touch on the WWE, the story's not complete, but maybe Kenny could be the exception. He's not signing. He's not coming. Stop it. All of you need to stop it. It was confirmed earlier this week, but it was first reported on Sunday that Chris Sabin suffered a knee injury at Saturday's Ring of Honor TV tapings. While it was confirmed earlier this week that not only did Sabin suffer injury, but also Flip Wilson did as well. So, yeah. So those two got hurt. Braun Strowman met a die-hard fan at a local grocery store last Saturday, which is just so goddamn cute. Okay? Seriously, you cannot hate this man. You cannot hate anything that he does in life. He just loves what he does. Okay? It's just so awesome. Okay? Love this guy. Love this guy. But guys that we don't love so much, Low Key describes the WWE as a toxic environment. You know, of all the people that I need to tell me what's actually going on in the WWE, it's someone who has not been there for nearly 6 years. I think it's 7 now. Yeah. He knows it's a toxic environment, doesn't he? WWE I have no interest in, he says, quoting, and it's just because it's very difficult to sit through it. I am a fan of skill. I am a fan of stuff that's intriguing. I'm a fan of stuff that's cleverly done and there's thought behind it. A lot of the times it's like a conveyor belt of the same stuff, and that's difficult to do because there are so many people who are wanting to enjoy this, but it takes them away if it becomes a repetitive pattern and they can recognize that, and it takes away their ability to have fun. Again, I'm not knocking them because I don't watch their product and I don't know enough to comment on them, but from the feedback that I get from other people, what we're doing at MLW is much more interesting than others because it seems like we're offering something others aren't. The way that I see it, the way that I see it is traditional values. It's very traditional values, but we're not insulting the intelligence of our people. What do you mean by traditional values? What do you mean by traditional values? What does that mean? What does that mean anyway? This again coming from a guy who has not been with the company for 7 or 8 years, who is incredibly stiff in the ring for no reason whatsoever. I have no idea what he's talking about at all. Okay? None at all. Don't get it. Compliment that Eddie Guerrero gave him. Oh, yeah, you're a little late to that party, pal. Little late to that party. Sin Cara has been spotted at the Performance Center earlier this Monday. We know he's been there for nearly a week. He's almost ready to go. Same report was indicated that Fandango, Eric Warren, and Alexa Bliss have all been at the facility working on making a comeback to the ring as well. The WWE made a $10,000 donation to the National Civil Rights Museum. I'm glad they had all of the black people there and the Natalia, the token white person, there for this one. Yep. WWE signing up a new streaming deal for the WWE Network to enhance overall, quote, user experience. Variety is reporting that the WWE has a new streaming deal with Endeavor Streaming for the company's WWE Network subscription-based service. WWE had previously worked with BAM Tech, which is now Disney Streaming Services, since the launch of the network back in 2014, but WWE's agreement with BAM Tech expired at the end of last year, and the company opted to not renew the deal. WWE Chairman and CEO Vince McMahon talked about the types of upgrades that Endeavor will bring to the table for the WWE Network. Quote, Endeavor Streaming's best-in-class technology enables us to offer more features, elevate the user experience, and provides us even more opportunity to delight our fans around the world. No, what he's basically saying is that we have signed on with a new company. We have not renewed our license with them and our contractual agreement with them. We're signing up with a new company. Who knows what you're going to see? Should we look up who they are right now? Sure, why not? Endeavor Streaming. I will believe it from Hollywood Reporter. Endeavor is reorganizing its online video products and services under a new umbrella division, Endeavor Streaming. The WME owner acquired over-the-top technology provider New Lion in 2018. That group will now be absorbed under Endeavor Streaming, which will work with existing clients including the NFL, NBA, UFC, and EuroLeague. New clients joining the roster in the reorganization are WWE, which previously worked with Disney-owned BAM Tech, and international streaming services BT Sport Box Office and OSN. Endeavor CTO Nick Wilson will co-lead the new business alongside Will Stager, who in July was promoted from Senior VP of IMG's original content division to President of Business Ops at Endeavor Streaming. In a joint statement, they noted we've integrated Endeavor's scalable platform with New Lion's industry leading technology and features set to provide content clients with the best tools and services in video streaming and removing technology as a barrier in reaching their consumers. So, I'm sold. That is, Endeavor Streaming is the same company that doesn't own UFC. They run their stuff. I don't know if they necessarily own them. There's once again the WWE Women's Tag Team belts. They are going to be decided at Elimination Chamber. Again, I am drinking booze regardless who wins. So thanks a bunch, Mike and Victoria. Appreciate it. You're wondering why you're not on my show yet? All right. Jerry Lawler is on there. He signed up again with a new deal. And finally, Nakamura and Rusev have signed on for the U.S. title match for the Royal Rumble. We have all the list and the stuff. It's all updated. We're going to be talking about this show next week because Kenko is going to be on with me making picks for the show and killing my liver in the process. All right. So that was the news. There's still other things. One final thing. The WWE milk carton. There's no adjustments to the injury list. But the WWE milk carton is a list of performers who have not been on television for the last 3 weeks. They are not injured. They just don't have anything for them. So where have these people been the past 3 weeks? And they are. Sanity. Haven't seen them since an 8-man tag match on Christmas. Yeah. Don't know what happened to them. The Colognes, haven't seen them since Survivor Series. Aiden English, we haven't seen since the squash match in late October against Rusev. Matt Hardy's retired, though not official. We haven't seen it yet. And finally, this guy's not retired. Bray Wyatt, haven't seen him since SummerSlam. Cryptic tweets abound. He has not tweeted for a while. He will be appearing again at the Royal Rumble. Entrant number 4. If I get that wrong, I am double locking that. And that's it. It's a very, very small milk carton right now. Only to make way for a segment that I'm kind of starting, but it's going to be... This is really done on the fly. This is not done by WWE's standards. Okay? First off, I need to dip into my webcam configurations here so that I don't look too weird when I'm doing this. Oh, I flipped it around. Hey, I'm over here now. So, what is this that I'm doing? What is this that I'm doing? This is the WrestleMania whiteboard. So, everyone is booking WrestleMania now. Everyone is making their predictions on what's going to be happening at WrestleMania. It looked like Seth Rollins was going to win it, but Braun Strowman could be in the Royal Rumble. We really thought that there was going to be The Miz versus Daniel Bryan, but we don't know now. Now it looks like it's going to be The Miz and Shane McMahon. There's a women's tag team belts coming up now, so maybe they're going to be fought on the WrestleMania card. Everyone tries to book WrestleMania. Tries to. Okay. But they usually, when they end up booking it straight off the top of their head, they forget other things, and so they kind of book themselves into a corner. So, it's best to fantasy book when you have props. So here's the best way to put it. Okay? I am using the past 2 WrestleManias as examples for how we're going to be booking this. Okay? In 2013, there were 10 matches. In 2014, there were 11. 13 and 14. WrestleMania 33, 10 matches. WrestleMania 34, and 11 matches. I'm using these past 2 WrestleManias as examples because they were the last 2 WrestleManias that we had that had the joint branding. Before WrestleMania 33, it was all just one show with Raw and SmackDown. So, I'm using that. With that template, it's safe to say that WrestleMania this year will probably be 11 matches. I'm talking the main card. Main card, 11 matches. Main card of 11 matches. So, how are we doing this? Well, in the last 2 WrestleManias, every title match was on the main card. After that, some grudge matches. So, how are we doing this? All right. Hopefully I'm going to talk loud enough, or hopefully the mic will be somewhere near me so that you can hear me. So, WrestleMania 35 white fucking board. There. Title matches, 6 matches. Universal, WWE, Raw Women, SmackDown Women, Intercontinental, US. Camera. Raw Tag Team, SmackDown Tag Team. 3 grudge matches. I am not counting on the women's tag team title match to be on the main card. So, you heard me pointing, you get the gist, okay? So, how do we do this? All right. Just going to rest it right here. You're not even going to see what I'm writing. But I'm basically trying to gauge from you guys what you think. Ugh, the show is too damn long. Oh, fuck off, Ebony. Change the channel if you don't like it. How you like that? How you like that? I sound like everyone else on the internet that bitches at you, bitching about the wrestling show. All right. Universal title. What are we doing? Here, I'll just do that. How can you hear me there? There you go. Universal title. What are we doing? Is it Bork, Laser, and Seth Rollins? Is that what we're doing? Are we on that kick? 3-way. You can't do that. You cannot do that. Okay? Seth versus Finn versus Drew. You're high, Goose. You're high. Bork signed on. Bork is main eventing WrestleMania. Bork is main eventing. Need to get over that. All right? You're high if you're thinking they're going to do a triple threat between 3 guys like that. Right now, the way it's looking to me, and I better not use the green marker. I don't want to use the green marker. Blue marker. Blue marker. There we go. All right. Right now, my main event at WrestleMania was right now Bork and Seth Rollins. It's what it was looking like. I've got a feeling I've got to stick with that. I've got a feeling I have to stick with that. Because if I don't stick with that, then it's going to be Bork, Braun Strowman. But then what do I have Seth doing? He's not going to go back to the Intercontinental title. Is he going to do a grudge match with Dean Ambrose 3 months now? 3 months from now. You think they're going to carry you think they're going to carry Rollins Ambrose for another 3 months? No way in hell. No way in hell. I don't see Finn winning the title. Not at all. Not at all. This is a one-off. This is a one-off match. It's not going to carry on. I'm going Bork Seth. Is what I'm doing. Bork Seth. All right. You want to go by process of elimination here. Okay, so we just eliminated that Braun Strowman is not going to be in the title match, the Universal title match. So what are we going to do with him? Well, let's keep Braun, and I'm going to kind of write him to the side here so that we don't forget about him, okay? Let's look at the other title that's on Raw, the Intercontinental title, okay? Look at that Intercontinental title with Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush. What are you going to do with that one? The past 2 years, they've been multi-man clusterfucks. Until this year. Until this year. This year, it's one-on-one. And we finally get a program that comes full circle. It's going to be great. This is going to be great. Work with me on this. Lashley is defending against Kevin Owens. Lashley, Owens. It writes itself. It writes itself. Kevin Owens was put on the shelf by Lashley for his heel turn. That was when Lio Rush was introduced. And this is also the perfect time to bring back Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn comes out to make sure Lio Rush doesn't get involved in the match. Kevin Owens gets his. I'm doing Lashley Owens. I'm going to write in some other names to the side here. So that was the Intercontinental title. What about Ambrose? Are we doing any Bane? Okay, I've got to write him to the side so I don't forget about him. Can't forget about him. Okay? Grash saying Sammy is a surprise appearance at Mania? Yep, sure is. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are going to be good to go for WrestleMania. They're good to go. Okay? Kevin Owens is going to show up before Sami Zayn does. Kevin Owens will probably be showing up very, very soon. Okay? Very, very soon. Zayn won't show up. I don't see him showing up until WrestleMania. I don't see that happening until WrestleMania. Okay? All right, so that's our Universal title. That's our IC. Okay. Now, let's stay on the Raw side here. Stay on the Raw side. Raw Women. Your Raw Women's title. You know Rousey's going to have the title. You know Rousey's going to have the title. Okay? No brainer. Ebony, I think the last 2 WrestleManias have been weird. SmackDown has had the better build. His poor builds. Well, doesn't really matter. They've always had multi-man clusterfucks to get them out of things. Raw Women's title. We know it's Rousey. We know that we are banking on that, right? Yeah. Rousey. All right. Now, going to have Rousey. There are only 2 people, 2 women that I see. It's either going to be Becky Lynch or Charlotte Flair. But in order for either one of those 2 to occur, one of them needs to win the Royal Rumble. You notice they haven't been talking about the Women's Royal Rumble at all? No one saying that they're going to win the Royal Rumble for the women. None. None of them. Charlotte or Becky? This is going to be tough. The thing is that I'm banking on right now, we know that you can go ahead and say it could be a triple threat also, but that's really tough. That's going to be really, really tough to swallow, because now you make the SmackDown Women's title look like crap. So what do? I'm going with Rousey and Becky. This is what I'm doing. Rousey, Becky. Becky's going to win the Royal Rumble, and she says that she wants Rousey. There you go. So what about the SmackDown Women's title? You're going to have Charlotte, Asuka too? Could. There's nothing wrong with having a WrestleMania rematch. We've seen plenty of them in the past. There's nothing wrong with it. Why not? Why not do it again? Convince me. That's what I'm going to do. I've got Asuka defending against Charlotte. All right. Raw women. SmackDown women. All right. Next up. What else have we got here? Okay. WWE title. WWE title. It is the new Daniel Bryan, Captain Planet. Captain Planet is the champ right now. He's defending against AJ Styles at Royal Rumble. Are we banking that that's going to happen, that Daniel Bryan retains the title? I see Captain Planet retaining. But this is one of those I feel like is going to be a multi-man clusterfuck of some kind. You know? I just can't see it right now just because, well, no, you're right. No, I just saw it, CJ. I just saw it, Jamel. You know? Well, no. We gotta stop. Stop. This could end up being, yes, the SmackDown title could absolutely turn into a multi-man clusterfuck. An absolute clusterfuck. Even though everything is booked so well on that show, this could be just throw something up and see what sticks. There are so many ways you could go with this. The problem is, then what am I doing with my U.S. title? I think my U.S. title is going to be a multi-man clusterfuck too. So here's what I'm doing. Let's bypass looking at the WWE title. Let's bypass the singles titles on SmackDown for now. Bypass those right now. Don't even think about it. Okay? Grudge matches. There are usually 3 grudge matches at WrestleMania. Those grudge matches include mixed tag matches, Undertaker matches, you name it. Stipulation matches where Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens were going to be fired from SmackDown if they lost. You know? Stuff like that. So what grudge matches can we see coming out of this? Time to put on your thinking caps on this one, guys. Okay? Are we getting an Undertaker match? Asks Grash. If we are, it's only against Cena. They'll try it again. They could do it. Other grudge matches that I'm seeing right now, Shane McMahon and The Miz can happen. However, I am going to throw one out there right now. And I'm going to probably catch hell for this one. I am throwing out there AJ Styles and Triple H. I'm throwing out there AJ Triple H. Only because we saw this augment of AJ's character being slapped by Vince McMahon. Then AJ went to Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon and would not apologize for slapping and punching Vince. I'm looking at AJ Styles, Triple H. You don't want. We can't do AJ Styles, Shane McMahon because we've invested The Miz into Shane McMahon. So that's my first grudge match. It's AJ Styles and Triple H. So what's my second grudge match going to be? Well, the grudge matches are honestly the toughest. The grudge matches are the toughest to figure out. Everyone tries to figure out what the Undertaker match is, and that's kind of simple because you're only trying to think of one person. But figuring out the grudge match, that's different. So, what do we do? Well, there are many different routes you could take. I wish that I could put Mandy and Naomi in this, but no, it's not going to get the time and build for WrestleMania. I can't do that. Nah. We also have to figure out other talents into this card. There's a lot of talents from Raw that we haven't touched, like Drew. Drew hasn't been touched. Elias. Finn. We forgot about them. There's a lot of talents from Raw that we're missing on this card. How about let's skip on the grudge match for now. Let's look at the tag matches. Karen Bourbon? Yeah, I forgot about Karen Bourbon. Yeah. Okay. Because I've missed a lot of the mid-cards that are out of Raw. Not really thinking about them that much. Okay. Raw Tag Team titles. Multi-man clusterfuck. That's what I'm thinking. Multi-man clusterfuck. Raw Tag Team titles. Title holders right now. Finn. We can't have Finn and Bourbon. No, we're not having Finn and Bourbon. Raw Tag Team titles. Going to be a clusterfuck, probably. It's Rude and Gable. Did you know that they weren't even on Raw last week? Insert random tag team here. Now it's going to be a clusterfuck. That's what I'm doing. I'm just going to write it down right there. Raw Tag Cluster. Because that's usually what it is. It's never just one team against another team. It never is. SmackDown Tag Team, same way. SmackDown Tag Cluster. Same thing. Jamel says, no. Jamel, you forgot about AOP. Come on, Jamel. Other grudge matches. Let's see. Other grudge matches. I still have a WWE title match out of SmackDown and a US title match to come up with. Oh, let's see. And I'm trying not to get too marky with this. I'm trying not to be, too fantastical, Don't worry if Elias doesn't have a match. He can always have a guitar playing segment. He did last year. Don't need to worry about that. This just looks really, really sketchy with how much I'm missing from the Raw side. There needs to be... found it. I found it. I found my other grudge match. How about booking Braun Strowman versus Drew McIntyre? How about we do that for a grudge match? Sounds fair to me. By the way, everyone is going to be on this goddamn card. You're going to have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Okay? Everyone's getting a paycheck. I'm kind of glad that Walter is not thinking of coming to the U.S. Okay? I'm kind of glad he's thinking of just staying in the U.K. That's fine. And by the way, I have not watched the NXT UK TakeOver special yet. I plan on watching that sometime this weekend. Okay. We still have one more grudge match, WWE title match, and U.S. title match. Other talents we do not have on this right now. We don't have Nakamura. I don't have Rusev. Who else am I missing? Where are you? Ray? Orton? Andrade? I'm missing a lot of talents on this card right now. Missing a lot of talents right now. Jeff Hardy. Yeah, forgot about that guy. Yeah, forgot about Hardy. Usually everyone does. And I still don't have the champions on here. Well, first off, the U.S. title match, that's going to be a ladder match. That's what it's looking like to me. I know it's lazy booking. I know it's very lazy booking. Say Samoa Joe, I'm missing him too. Joey Samoa, yeah. U.S. title is not going to be a ladder match. U.S. title is just going to be a clusterfuck. What we mean by that is it's basically just going to be like a triple threat or a fatal four-way or even a six-pack challenge or something like that. WWE title is going to be a ladder match. There are way too many names that we can consider with this. And we're still missing one grudge match. Rusev Andrade for the U.S. title? That sounds fun. That sounds like a lot of fun, but that sounds like it's something for TV. My final grudge match should be a no-brainer. It's a name that we've definitely forgotten on here. I'm doing The Miz and Shane McMahon. No DQ. I'm not looking at an Undertaker match. If it does happen, it'll be him versus John Cena. It'll last only 3 minutes. All right. This is what I got so far. But I said it before. I said it earlier this year, and I think I said it sometime last year. And I'm going to say it again. After the Royal Rumble, this whiteboard will then become permanent. We will make our permanent picks on what the card for WrestleMania 35 is going to be. The locks are going to hurt. But that's what we're going to do. All right? So, bear with me. I'm yelling out loud so you can hear it. There's the whiteboard so far. Make sure you can see it. Bork and Seth. WWE title ladder match. Rousey versus Becky Lynch. Asuka versus Charlotte. Lashley versus Owens for the Intercontinental United States title clusterfuck. Hi. How do we do this so that you can get my mic in here? Damn it. Raw Tag Team Clusterfuck. SmackDown Tag Team Clusterfuck. Miz and Shane McMahon, no DQ. Braun versus Drew McIntyre. AJ versus Triple H. That's what I got. That's what I got. I know there are a lot of people that are going to say, God, Doug, what are you smoking? That is stupid. Why in the hell would you book like that? Shifty saying WrestleMania card seems so boring this year outside the women. Predicting Hall of Fame inductees would be more interesting. Injuries, failed deals, and no attempts to building up credible baby faces hurt the WWE. Oh, you're just angry that they didn't sign Kenny. Shut up. It's true. I mean, that is true why you're saying that, Shifty. I mean, you were on this Kenny Omega kick for the past 3 weeks. Just face facts. He's not coming. Just face it. It's okay. It's okay. We'll be okay. WrestleMania is not necessarily going to be boring. There may be injuries, but people are getting healthy. People are coming back. Just kind of take everything with a grain of salt. And by the way, we still got the Royal Rumble coming up. We don't know who's going to win it, and the Royal Rumble's always fun. Yeah, I don't know of any wrestling fans that this is the event that always brings them back, is the Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble always brings everyone back who says that they just don't watch wrestling anymore. Goose saying there's going to be a UK title match on the show? No. There's not going to be anything from NXT on the goddamn WrestleMania card. It ain't happening. NXT has their own shit. Okay? They don't need it. WrestleMania, and Ebony just said here in the chat, I never understood why people are like, WrestleMania has to be all mythical. No, it doesn't. You book it just like you would any other kind of wrestling show, except you've got to understand that the cards and the programs that you're building, you've been building them for a while, and you're creating a resolution to some really big programs that you have been inking on for the past 6 months or 9 months, okay? Who from NXT is going to sneak into the Rumble? Right now, there are 18 confirmed names going into the Men's Royal Rumble match. 18. Okay? None of them from NXT. So, I don't know. I don't think you're going to see a whole lot of people from NXT. Nor do I think you're not going to see a lot of Hall of Famers jumping in this one either. So, that's my card. It may seem boring, but it's pretty reliable. Okay? So, we'll go in and just see how it turns out after the Royal Rumble. But, thank you all so much for coming in, joining me in the chat room. Shifty, Ebony, Andrew, Jamel, CJ, Goose, Jason, Grash. Who else is in there? Who else is in the chat? By the way, if you're listening to me right now, ooh, that's weird looking. Oh, look at that. Watch as I gotta make my nose disappear. Oh, okay. By the way, those of you that are listening right now, if you haven't subscribed to the Wrestleview YouTube channel, the hell is your problem? What's keeping you? There's nothing wrong. We're not going to we're not going to flood your email box. We're not asking for money. Just click on the stupid little red button on the YouTube thing and subscribe to the Wrestleview channel. Please. Shows that you like listening to our stuff and you really like us and we really like you. Because you're giving us a chance. You're giving us, yes, thank you. Is that. Also, Tune in to every Monday. Mike and Victoria Tedesco covering Monday Night Raw, following Raw. They always do a really, really good job with the things, talking about the Raw things, providing nice little opinions for me to kind of shake my head and go, no. But also at the same time, it's a great show because they value my health. They love me so much. I'm having a lot of fun with this green screen, can't you tell? Yeah, that right there, I think this shows right there what the sources do to me right there. Subscribe to our channel if you're listening right now, or if you haven't, do it right now. Don't be a jerk. Also, catch us post Royal Rumble here on the Wrestleview channel on YouTube. Adam and myself will go over the Royal Rumble, talk about all the dummies that thought that Kenny Omega was going to debut in the WWE at number 8. And finally, tune in next week. Go home show for the Royal Rumble. Ken what's his name, is going to be my co-host. He's going to be a sober one, maybe. If he's a drunk one, we can't have 2 drunk guys doing this show. So he's going to be on the show. We're going to talk about the stuff, and he's going to make some predictions on the Royal Rumble because apparently I don't know shit about professional wrestling. So he's going to be doing that, and that's what's going to be happening for the weeks to come. I'm going to get off here. I'm going to have me another glass of Johnny Gold, which is fabulous stuff. I'm going to go outside, have some cigarettes, celebrate another great show. You guys have a great rest of the week. Stay safe. Be nice to each other. And I'm going to say it again, just like I did last week. Know when you're being sold to. And, yeah, just know when you're being sold to. And don't work those that don't want to be worked. Later, guys.